to part 2 of our What Rig Should I Get series. In the previous episode, we had a look at the pros and cons of travelling while using tent-style accommodation. In this episode, we'll be looking at camper trailers, hybrid camper caravans, like the Jayco Swan, and homemade camping trailers. The purchase price of camper trailers varies from as little as about $4,000 for an older second-hand model to in excess of $70,000 for the latest new models. The hybrid-style half-caravan, half-tent, like the Jayco Swan, is considerably more expensive, with good second-hand ones still fetching in excess of $20,000 for quite old models. Campers can be anything from a 6x4 trailer with a fold-up canvas top, a forward-fold trailer with quite a comfortable interior, and even the half-caravan, half-tent style of the Jayco Swan. They vary in quality and complexity, and some of the top-end off-road models are quite amazing, but the price is pretty amazing too. There are models available that carry a boat, and some of these are built so that the boats don't need to be unloaded when the canvas top is unfolded. This can be pretty important if you're carrying a boat and are regularly stopping overnight at different places. The true camper trailer is really the old 6x4 style, while the wind-up caravan style is half caravan with a solid roof and canvas sides. These offer a higher level of comfort than the traditional camper trailer style, and are much like a caravan in design and features. So let's have a look at the pros and cons of this style of travelling. Camper trailers can be a really good way to get to more remote areas if you get an off-road model. They are generally more lightweight than a conventional caravan. Setup time may be easier than a tent, but avoid camper trailers with soft floors if you can. Built-in fixtures mean less to carry in the car, and even some extra storage space in the trailer. They're easier to tow, and therefore safer than a caravan. You get better fuel consumption than we would if you were towing a caravan. They have lower wind resistance. They can usually be set up while you're actually attached to the tow vehicle. They're cheap to license, and beds are made left up, making it easier and more convenient than tenting. Now let's have a think about some of the things that might not be so good about this style. Like a tent, they may be uncomfortable in bad weather. Although generally being larger than most tents, you will have a bit more space to move around. There's less privacy, and like tenting, there's no escape from other people's noise. They have limited carrying capacity and usually less storage than larger RVs. Fridges are often limited to about 60 litres, but that's gradually changing with a lot of very modern camper trailers coming on the market. They can be a total pain to pack up or set up in wet weather. There's little or no security in the main living areas, but generally they have some sort of lock-up compartment. An external shower and toilet usually needs to be set up as well. Having owned a soft-floor camper trailer, we would advise against this style. It's much harder to set up and pack up than a hard floor or a forward fold model. Apart from commercially available camper trailers and hybrids, it's possible to create your very own design by starting with a bare-bones trailer. That was what I did, and a covered 6x4 trailer was turned into something we could take away with the four-wheel drive and do some camping in more remote areas. Essentially, 2 4x4 side awnings with annexes were attached to the sides, and a few other items such as a solar system, lighting, water tanks, hot water heater and a fold-out shower added. We've been using this now for a couple of years. It's fairly simple to set up and reasonably comfortable if it's used in fine weather.